Yesterday Sage is just one of those perfect agents that you want to give the spike over to, just because her general playstyle. She sits in the back. She doesn't rush the front line, just so she has the wall, the heal up and available. So it makes her the perfect type of agent to also hold spike. Although you don't want to do that too many times in a row, then you get to be a bit predictable. But yep, we are into round number 1.
It's interesting. So they will pop that cyber cage, and it's gonna show them that there is a huge push onto main. Moxilla's right on top. Will pick up a double. Jiro onto C4 at hell, so she goes down, and Jux will come around the corner. So that wall, even though it blocked off the short push onto Dora, didn't really help them out because Moxilla, just such a beast on Heaven with that Ghost, was able to pick up 3 and do enough for the remainder of Magnifique to rotate in and help out.
Yeah, I blocked off the tree side. The thing is, usually on Ascent, you might you usually have about a 2-1-2. So you have one person around the courtyard catwalk area, and then you have someone either back of side Heaven on A, and then you have someone watching the short side over at a tree. So really blocking off the tree side does help a bit, but as you mentioned, just absolutely beastly play from Magnifique bags them that round number 1.
Good blind on high mid now as Delil tries to go for a long range volley of shots with that Spectre, and she is going to come out on the losing side of that, but we'll have that heal. And we are early into the round, so 40 seconds to go for that heal to be recharged by Jane. And Mochi will drop 1. Will get dropped, sorry. Jane will drop 1, drop the double, tries to go for a triple. And Catharsis will lose a little bit of health, but will pick up that kill.
Yeah.
And now we see Delil come through on sync. We'll pick up a double in mid. And so the last remaining person is none other than...
Catharsis does get a headshot, but it is still a 1v3 situation. The good thing is she does have a spike. She's looking to try and make it into B, although all 3 members of Magnifique kind of have her number right here. They're all watching this side. If she peeks, this might be it. Oh, Smoke's gonna come out. She's gonna have to watch Market, and yep, gets a shot. I believe it was from Market. Was where? She got taken out from, so not all that much you could really do in that situation, especially once the smokes from Omen came out at that point in time. It's gonna make it a 2-0 in favor of Magnifique for this round. Very aggressive start from the Sage. We saw her pushing on the defense. Did net her a double kill, almost the triple kill as well. Very aggressive play, but did pay off.
Camera down on high, mid, and the defensive smokes and the offensive smokes blocking vision. Now we'll see the Lear come through as Sync tries to displace anyone who's down there. We'll pop up another flare, that's good. We'll block off CT as well as Market, but now that's going to be gone. Jiro with the one-place headshot onto the Phantom, onto Jux at Catwalk, and now that's going to open an avenue, but it's going to be a massive battle here. Stim Beacon goes down, Delay will pick up a double, and now they're going to go for the third woman, which will be Mochi, but Mochi says not today. Drops Jane in reply, and FG, who was in the backline, will get taken out by C4 as he tries to push down Catwalk. Now Zero coming around the corner will take out Moxilla. Knows there's one in Market, and Dalil will not go down because Mochi's going to come around the corner though as she got that intel. She'll pick up the spike and try and figure out where to go. She doesn't know where C4 is at the moment. She knew that she knew earlier that she was at spawn, but they'll see each other at mid, and unfortunately Mochi, low on health, will not be able to survive more than one shot from C4, and they'll pick up that round. So Magnifique off to a good start here on Ascent. They'll definitely have money situation on their side, and they've gone for that operator early on. So Dalil is going to hold mid, and let's see whether she can do it successfully.
Yeah, M8HEXA, I think, opting to go eco again for this round. Yep, pistols all across the board. 2 ghosts, 2 sheriff, and 1 classic by the Cypher are going to hope to get the. They will have full buy credits in the next one. But I mean, this round, they can't afford to go down 0 and 4 at this point. They are up against operators and superior firepower from the side of Magnifique. So pretty much this round, M8HEXA, they're going to try and get as much as they can, hopefully get the extra 300 credits from a spike plant as well. But if they lose this round, it's not terrible for them just yet.
Dalil with the Oli opening kill onto high mid, so that's good. Spike on Sage, and that's Catharsis. She's slowly making her way through. Dalil through the wall onto, where is that? It's onto mid link, also sometimes called second mid. And he will now start to rotate. So they know that there's a pretty sizable bunch of people on the B side. That Recombo is going to pick up a lot of them if they do show. Blind coming through on second mid, and they're going to use that just to move through. They have to be careful now. Dalil watching mid. Let's see what he's going to get. He sees the camera, he gets dart is on him. So he's going to try and remove the dart, but then they're going to make use that to their advantage and push through. Catharsis is going to be there with the ghost, heals up her mate. They do have the spike, but because of that wall, well-placed wall, they're going to be unable to plant the spike. So that's unfortunate, but they'll recover an operator. So that is something that they can look forward to using in the next round. 4-0 on the scoreboard. They did equal that round, so I have to say that's a pretty decent result, getting 2 kills and, of course, that operator.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. That is actually way better than getting spike money down, because your spike credits, you're only going to get 300 for the plant. That operator, that's worth 4,500 credits. You can see instantly taking it to the next round also with that. Their eco situation is pretty good as well. I think Sage came into this round with something like 6,500 credits, dropped the operator for her teammates. So this is going to be the round that M8HEXA hope will start to turn things around. If they lose this one, though, it would be big. Trips to the trap wire, so they do know where the Phoenix currently is at this point. Gets popped back to his original location. Cypher ult being used to get information of every single member on the enemy team, and huge push coming into site A right now. Cypher Cage is going down as well. Wall to block off the armored door right there into a tree. M8HEXA just waiting for this brimstone smokes to clear so you can get a good angle on this. Omen wants to get onto the site. Throws the smokes down. Oh, doesn't quite make that in time. It's a 1v3 right now. Spike clock is still ticking, and the attackers manage to take this one. Trips the trap wire at the end. It doesn't matter at that point, but yeah, they get the team wipe and the round.
Bit of miscommunication on the retake right there. They actually managed to get through 2 onto Heaven, and then as they try to get onto the site, they decided to use utility instead of actually getting the 2 kills. Jane could have picked up a double right there, or at least picked up 1 and then gone for the ninja defuse, and it didn't work out. So like you said, 4-1 on the scoreboard. They're gonna have to go for an eco, and they will go for a sheriff eco to hold those sites. So if they get 1 or 2 kills, they'll be happy about that straight away. Oh, Jane will come around the corner and get that headshot on Emochi. So they'll pick up a Vandal. Already looking pretty good for them. Can she pick up a second? She'll pick up a second. That's great. Sync onto Moxilla down on second mid. She'll get a triple. Goes for the quad. And now, time for the piece de la resistance. Doesn't get it because Sync is way too far away, but Jux will finish the last remaining member off. So that is an amazing eco. They'll get that Vandal. They'll get the Vandal. They'll be able to buy their operator for Dalil to hold mid as usual. and they'll be on a very nice side for credits.
Yeah, MVP going to Jane for sure. That round, getting that very good initial headshot with the Sheriff. As we said, the Sheriff does have a lethal headshot damage even through heavy armor at the start, and then was able to pick up her opponent's Vandal to pick up the extra 3 kills. So very nicely done. Slow up him out. Doesn't do all that much though.
Prepare for hellfire.
Snake going to get the overheal, but it's not going to be enough. Gets taken out instantly by C4 on the Cypher. Now he's just trying to shoot through the Cypher. Cage does give a bit of extra time for the reload. You always want to do that reloading in a safe spot where you're sure that you're not going to instantly get into a skirmish after that. Is very low on health right now. Super lit up, 33 health. Running straight to site A with the knife. Of course, running with the knife out does give you faster speed than it does if you had the gun. However, you don't actually jump higher. I feel like the way that you run with the knife out makes you feel like you should have a bit more height on your jumping, but it doesn't work like that. You only run a bit faster. Just a bit crucial to know. Trying to make it away from the bomb site, but yeah, that's gonna be it. They do get the successful detonation on the spike timer to make it a 5-2.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like vertical jumping in Valorant is very, very reduced. Potentially, maybe if they increase that in the future, it'd be interesting because there's a couple of avenues of movement where you're just completely blocked off because of the jump height. So, for example, here, if you were able to jump in the mid courtyard up onto high mid, that would make such a huge difference for like rotations and pushes. Maybe something to review in the future if they look at it. It would actually put a huge change in the game.
There's actually a little trick that you can use when you jump. I think it's not quite a double jump, but I think if you jump and then while pressing down, I can't remember which key it is, you get a very slight boost. So it helps you in, say, on bind in hookah when you're trying to get not the box into the hookah window, but actually the box right at the hookah entrance. The large one, you can actually use that to get onto that in one jump. It's only a very slight difference. Very small trick. Sage now hiding behind the wall. 3v4 at this point. Sage once again with the spike. Gonna get shot down from Catwalk. Resurrection coming out to make this a 4v3. Magnifique Sage does have her resurrection up as well. Opts instead not to use it just yet. Getting that nice headshot while blind. Very nicely done. Oh, there's another trap wire. Just tells instantly to the Cypher that he knows where he is. Cypher goes for the very easy kill pickup right now. Is just down to a 3v2. Jane finally making her way into the site just as the Cypher Cage goes down, as well as the door. She's gonna try to go through heaven instead. Makes it through the window, but because of the window breaking sound, M8HEXA are going to know that she is here. What can this duo of her and Silva do right now? Whew. Got the 1 kill through a main, which was nicely done, but then there are 2 more members on the team sitting around Spike. Not sure if there was really much more that they could do at that point. What do you think?
Probably the better play right there because who was it?
I mean, the armored door went down, and then there was the cyber cage as well.
But Jiro popped that cyber cage to reposition it herself towards the corner of that door, right? So because of that visual shield, what maybe would have been the better play would be to take down the door while the cyber cage is up. But we're gonna go back into the game because an ult is popped by Mochi to push in very, very aggressively. She goes down to that Sheriff, but they'll come in and they'll know exactly where the C4 is. They'll close the door now, and Flame will be up on Heaven. Jokes though, before the door completely closes, we'll get the kill on Mochi, and now they're gonna break that door down as quickly as possible so that they can actually contest from different Sides, FG will pick up one with a headshot. The spike is down now, but it seems like there's a bit of panic among the ranks of Magnifique at the moment because of that flurry of firing. Now they start to recompose themselves. Maxilla just trying to distract as much as possible. We'll get one kill now as Jane comes around the corner. She'll get taken out. Dalil though, Hunter's Fury, and I think she pressed the wrong button on the ult. So that's gonna be her gone, and Sync will come around the corner and drop Maxilla. But yeah, that previous round, what probably would have been a better play is drop the door while that cyber cage was up. So she wouldn't have had to worry about she wouldn't have had to worry about being taken out, and then they could have pushed Heaven and Door at the same time in that 3v2.
Yeah, and I think like what you were saying, probably a misclick. You can see in the party chat, the chat over on the screen. Definitely did look like an unfortunate misclick. That happened to me once, I think the first week when I was playing Valorant, because Sova is the agent that you use to make it through training. When you do download the game, I remember I pulled out my bow once when the enemy brought a gun, and you know, you don't want to bring a bow to a gunfight. I think Eris, one of the other FPS casters, was like, "What are you trying to do? You think you're Legolas from Lord of the Rings?"
I think the thing is, when a lot of people play this game for the first time, they actually think that Sova works exactly like Hanzo from Overwatch. So they think that if they don't read up and look at the mechanics of the ult, they actually think that it's kind of exactly how it works in Overwatch, where you just blast it off and then it's an ultimate that kills anything in its way. But until you actually use the ult and learn how to use it, then you realize that it's a three-phase kind of use. So Sync is going to drop Dalil in the middle and get that mid control. Flame on to CT, and they're a bit all over the place, wishy-washy at the moment.
Yeah, not the most decisive of the plays. You can see the armor door has gone down, so it is hard. They definitely won't be able to make it through to A from that position. Cypher was used to get a good read on where everyone from M8HEXA currently is. Managed to get a good kill onto the spike carrier over onto Heaven, and yep, with that, defenders are going to be able to pick that one up. Very clutch. C44 down to actually 7 health, but it does work out.
6-4 on the scoreboard in favor of Magnifique right now. Do remember that Magnifique won in sudden death on Split in the previous map, so they're on track to a pretty good lead right now. But not to discount M8HEXA. Still plenty of time to go, and they're going to be pretty happy with 4 rounds right now. If they can pick up any of the remaining rounds, if they pick that up, they're going to be even happier. And let's see how it turns out. 2 tripwires on that A side to watch that backstab. And we'll see Sync slowly make her way through. She does have those layers, but they're going to hold very, very defensively right now.
Very slow push onto side A. Wall coming down, instantly checking out the right corner, takes the trapwire, but gets shot down straight away from Heaven, and that's going to be Spike down once again. This A push hasn't been working out for M8HEXA lately, and with that, Magnifique have vision onto Spike. You can see, Hellfire coming down, just going to zone out a bit on the side, just gonna catch up Cypher. Just gonna freeze him there for a bit, but no big. Jane right now taking her time trying to get there, and yep, Brimstone last person left alive, but not for much longer. Magnifique are going to take that one with the team wipe, making it 7-4 going into the last round before the swap.
You know, M8HEXA are what I like about this, with the couple rounds that they're picking out right now, is they've realized that they cannot take on Dalil on mid if they don't have proper utility, because Dalil is just doing such a good job with the operator. So what they're doing is now they're splitting in between B and A, and they always have someone on the back just to kind of keep Daniil guessing, and then once they start to push in, they'll take out the Daniil or Dalil as she tries to rotate. So great work from them. We're gonna go over now. Mochi gonna pick up that orb. A bit of a misplay for the wall. I think she wanted to
get the sneaky boost up onto
yeah,
the
she wanted
window
the
at the
sneaky
top.
boost.
Yeah.
So that's gonna show them that there is someone there. They'll close the market door. Flash comes through, but there is a wall. They'll break it down. She has one more flash recombo coming through, so they'll know that there's one at CT and one at the corner. She'll reposition onto the side, back of B, and the smokes will go down. While all of this was happening, about 4 to 5 kills happened onto that CD side as they broke through Catwalk. And now the question is, it's all down to Jane. Can she pick up one more round to make it a slightly more comfortable rotation over when they switch sides? So she'll get that long-range headshot with that Phantom, and it's all up to her right now.
Yep, 1v2. Bit of a bad situation to be in. Just going to have to... Oh no! Looks the wrong way! I mean, at that point, you know, it's a 50-50 if you're going to go into the back of a site. Whether they're on the left or on the right. Usually you have someone back of site and then another one watching the corridor coming out of a wine. Just to make sure, especially if it's a 1v2. But just chose the wrong 50-50, so wasn't able... to get another kill, which is going to mean that this is now a 7 and 5. Also going back off of the wall boost earlier, actually pretty much right where Catharsis is. To the right of this, there's a very high window. If you're on the attacking side, which is just to the right of this wall, if you're coming through there, if you use the Sage wall on top of the boxes where the alt orb is, it gives you a very nice boost over to the high graded windows, and from there you can actually see pretty much the entirety of site B, and you can get some very good picks and vision from that spot. Smokes coming in, some warning shots going down. They do pick up a 1 right now, so it'll be a 4v4, and with that pickup kill, they are going to try and storm side A. However, they'll have to shoot through the armored door window as well. Being broken over in Heavens, and Castorilla very low on health, isn't going to be able to get the heal down because doesn't get a kill first. Maxilla as well, just 6 health down, gets shot straight from Heaven, but C44 with that very nice return kill. Smokes going down, spike has been planted. Right now it's a 2v2. Neither side really able to see what's going on. Don't know where they are, but it's Sova versus Sage as well as Brimstone goes down, and right now Sage, last person left alive, is going to be able to get the very easy defuse. Team wipe and then defuse is always the way to go, but very messy skirmish at the end of that one.
Yeah, Catharsis played it exactly how you'd want to do it. She broke down the door, so that gave FG some distraction, and then she was just basically blind shooting to put doubt into the head of M8HEXA as they were trying to push through. So really helped FG as she tried to come as she was taking on everyone from Heaven, and then came in to mop up the last remaining few players on the bottom of site. So we'll see the eco coming through now on the attack, and they're going to slow walk it into A. Jane's already getting ready to go. I don't know why you want to put her up in front, but I guess she is on form today.
Yeah, also, I mean, she's only got 1 out of 7 of her ult points. She dies, she gets another. That might be the strategy. But she does make it into sight. You can see the door being closed. Has to 1v1 the Reina, though, but Reina does get taken out by the rest of her team. Uses the heal. It's going to be a long 45-second cooldown. Her teammate does manage to put the spike down. However, it's absolute bloodbath over in the back of a site, and 3 members from M8HEXA are going to make this one happen once again. Bloodbath over in site A, and it doesn't work out for Magnifique. It means that M8HEXA will tie this one 7 and all.
The bigger thing is having that Sage in the backline is very important because the wall and the slow, the slow, and the heal are quite pivotal in B and A, especially on the side. Walling off once you close the doors, walling off any of the other entrances slows down the rotation so much. It slows down the retake so much. The slow ops as well. And like, let's say on A, once you close the door and you put someone on long to defend, then you wall off heaven. You can't do anything. You just basically, you know, funneling them to the game you want to play. But now we'll have the buy, and they'll push A once again. Jane leading the charge, and she will get that entry frag onto Sync. Jux will drop Mochi. They'll close the door. They'll get that spike down, and now triple rotation coming through from Magnifique. FG up top once again at heaven, has that molly. She will pop that, but Jane coming around the corner, 22 damage, 22 health left. Jux with the Phantom will drop Catharsis right on lower, and Dalir from long with that Vandal. Well placed headshot onto Jiro. 8-7, still even Steven, and on the money count, Magnifique seems like they have to go eco.
Yeah, and also because we're into game number 2, and I think it is very even in terms of 8 and 7. However, the more important thing is if M8HEXA lose this game, they also lose the series, and then they're knocked out of the FSL VALORANT Open. So I think just in terms of that mentality, Magnifique definitely have the easier time going into this one, because for them, this would just be game 2. They know that they can take a couple of rounds. They will take the entire series.
Oh, here comes the counter boost. That is so amazing.
Oh, no.
But the orbital strike comes through, so the counter boost is amazing. They get the 3 up there, but the orbital strike by FG just spot on, picks up that triple, and it's going to be it's going to be a bad day at the office right now for the remainder of the team.
Yep, 2v3. I'm gonna use the recon bolt. Try and get a bit of information shot through the door. Goes down. It's right now just Sova left alive. Gets the good kill onto Cypher to make this a 1 versus 1 situation.
Ace
Brimstone,
or
he's
kick.
at a
Ace or
tree.
kick.
Oh no, he's so low though.
Ace
Combat
or
still
kick.
not gonna help him. Only
Ace
has this
or
one.
kick.
Woo!
Ace or kick.
Woo!
Gets the ace with gets the triple, and then the follow up with the Vandal. Or perfect orbital strike when Magnifique thought they had a really good boost, counter boost.
The confidence to just stand right in the middle of that archway with your sight aimed onto their head if they show up to bag you that team ace. Whew, that's exactly what we like to see.
They've got nerve.
8-8, and right now full buys from both sides. If Magnifique drop this round, their economy is broken. But let's see how they go. Camera up on mid, Molly onto second mid. Recon Bolt will be destroyed, so not a lot of info going the way of Hexa right now. And they're definitely going to trip some of these wires on mid.
Molly going down into side B. It looks like T-side has picked a side, but they've only got 2 members left. They do have the spike, however, so Cypher going to take out Sova. Last person still left alive is Maxilla. He's already on to side B, but it is a 1v3 situation, and the rest of M8HEXA know what's up. They know he's here. Bags a 1 kill is going to make this a 1v2 right now versus the Sage. And the Cypher, oh, he's going to get backstep from the back, though. Sage from the front, Cypher from the back. Valiant effort, but just wasn't quite able to make that happen at the end. But overall, a really good try. Remember, guys, whoever wins this best of 3 series is going to go straight to our grand final later in the day of the very first season of the Female Esports League Asia Pacific VALORANT Open. Stakes are high. Magnifique just need to win another 5 rounds before they make it to that final. M8HEXA need to take 4 rounds and then a whole other game after
No, Jane needs to stay back because she has res, and if she doesn't stay back, it's going to be a big waste. So yeah, she gets the memo, and she will stay back. They'll close the door, and they'll use the camera to spot Brim at mid. So they know FG is right there. They know someone's a catwalk because they closed the door. So now Jane coming around, but she's all alone. If she doesn't get this frag, it's going to be unfortunate. Luckily for her, she does, and she does so flawlessly. They'll go right straight into the site. Jane will pick up a double. So Jiro goes down, and she's going to go on the hunt. Why not, right, when you have that much confidence? She sees the third, she gets a third.
Woo!
And now she'll want to go for the fourth. Spike has been planted. She'll heal herself up. She has no armor, but the last one standing is coming through catwalk. That's FG. And FG will get the better of her. Will pick up 1, but not enough because the stim beacon is down, and Jux will just have enough power to power through. And that's going to be 9-9 on the scoreboard. Even Steven. And now the question is for Magnifique. Do they go for the eco? Do they go for the force buy? What do they want to do? And it seems like they're going to go for full armor eco, either that or frenzy armor, and maybe do a bit of an aggressive push. It looks like they are. It seems like they want to set up for a surprise push, but they just let's just scroll through their
prioritizing full buy next round.
Ghost, Phantom, Spectre. So false buy, half false. 3 out of 2 members false buy with full shields on everyone. So they will be broke as heck.
Yikes.
If they lose this round.
Whew. Just say that and
Jane,
gets taken out.
20 bomb with that kill.
Yeah, it's kind of, there are 2 types of Sage players, right? One type is the Jane type where you stack your ult points by just racking up those kills, and that's how you maximize your efficiency as a Sage in terms of constantly having your resurrection up more often. Or you play the more safe style of Sage in the back with the spike. We all know which type Jane is right now. Flash gonna come in from Phoenix onto side. Let's see the push. As finally here it is 3v4. Brimstone with the spike. Mochi laying down the flame wall as well as the smoke. So much utility being laid out. Doesn't find the shot onto the Cypher. Attacker side is going to take this one. Just very messy skirmish onto the side. We saw flame wall. We saw Cypher as well as the Omen smokes as well, just to make it very hard to shoot through all of those skills.
Yeah, so we have to manually scroll through to see what their setup is. But yeah, they are super broke, and they're gonna go full shields and a Spectre buy. They did get a bit of money, extra money from getting those couple of kills that last round. Would have been preferable for them to eco. But nonetheless, they're going to try and force it, and Catharsis will pick up a double, so it looks like it's paying off so far. Picks up 1 more, so that's a double. And Jux will come around the back on B, so they would have cleared B out. Catharsis with a triple now on C4. Will res Jiro, who was the bait. And the last 2 remaining members on attack are Jux. He'll trip the tripwire. Or activate the tripwire rather, close the door on market. Cypher ult's coming out, so they'll know exactly where everyone is. And here comes the orb. That's actually a pretty good overdose strike, just a bit too close, and she couldn't do it any closer because she was so far away. But Jux will pick up 1, Jiro onto Jux, and now Moxilla against 2.
Yeah, has the initial position over in the back of side. Does look like claps coming in from Sage and Cypher. However, Cypher over on the right side trying to get a good position. Knows where the spike is. Oh, instant shot onto Moxilla right in the boathouse. That's gotta hurt. 2v1 situation. Always a bit difficult at that point in time. Yes, you are in the boathouse, which is one of the more easily defended spots in terms of, especially when you compare it to some of the other sites. If you're defending 1v2 on some other maps, it's almost impossible to try and do that one yourself. Boathouse isn't the worst, but it's still not the easiest. To pull that one off. So once again, we find ourselves at 10 and all. Magnifique just 3 rounds away from punching the ticket through to the grand finals.
No operators right now, which is interesting to note. So they're not very confident on their long range hold. The Lil also didn't want to doesn't want to operate it, so that's quite curious. Recon bolt, sorry, the recon drone or the owl drone rather, able to pop the bolt onto one, so they'll know that there's someone at market. Now Omen in the form of Jukes pushing through on B main. She does know that there's definitely for sure a tripwire somewhere there, and she's being careful. And FG in mid will spot one.
Yeah, you actually have to be so close to the trapwire to be able to hear the buzz. Is something like just a few meters before the hum comes out. And right now, smoke's going to go down at the armored door. Spikes planted as well. Window being broken. 4v3, so pretty even for now. Make that 4v2. Jane with the self-heal. Omen does go down. Onus is on Brimstone and Cypher right now. Cypher over in heaven. We have to try and make something happen at this point, but there's such a good hold onto the site location. Yep, he gets just shot down straight from heaven. Pretty difficult, I think, for M8HEXA in that situation. Magnifique just took absolute control of the site to begin with. Got the spike planted, and for site A, if you have about 3 or so members, that's pretty much every entrance that you have that will be very well covered. It makes the retake very hard. It's just what we saw.
The advantage that Hexa have now, or M8HEXA rather, have now is they have 4 ults. So they do have a backstab telly ready to go if they want. They have a Hunter's Fury that can take down any of the angles. They have a Res. They have Orbital Strike that can reposition. And they also have Cypher ult once they manage to dot one. So here comes the backstab ult to get some information on B. Knows there's only one on site. And it's very curious that they don't want to rotate. So they're going to see, I think they're going to try and see whether Jane can get an entry frag. If she does, they'll flood into A. If not, maybe rotate over to B. Because they've left the spike up at connector.
That's a bit risky, but they are going to play this one a bit more measured. Ooh, they do get vision of the Cypher, though. Nice smokes. And the ultimate out to zone. The armored door is going to go down. So Magnifique doing a good job so far of trying to secure side A. They do lose 1 over in heaven, however, to the Reina. However, Reina only has Brimstone on her side. It's a 2v4, and once again they're in the unenviable spot of trying to take back site A from the attacking side. Will shoot down the wall, but they do know that she's in heaven right now after she's revealed her location. She's the last one left. Can she do anything? Already down to 67 health. It looks like she wants to try and make a run for it. Knows that she's probably not going to have much time to go for it. The defuse looks to be saving her $2,900 gun. Sage is trying to hunt her though. Whew. And that kill from Catwalk right across mid means that M8HEXA are in a very bad spot. They weren't even able to take the Vandal into the next round with them. Kind of aggressive. Reno was trying to get some exit frags out of Site A, but what happened was she got picked off instead. So right now it's going to be match point and a game point for Magnifique. Things down to the wire for M8.
Yeah, well, they're on force buy right now. They're on Spectre, half shields, and 1 Ares. So very, very hard for them. And of course, M8HEXA know that they can just flood into any bomb site right now with the superior firepower and just end it. So they were stacking up for a 5-woman push onto B, but Sync now on mid will drop 1. Moxilla with the reply kill onto B. FG.
Exactly.
Cypher ult now from C4. Not from C4. From C4 actually. Will show them that the rotations are at Catwalk and of course at Heaven. They'll get the spike down now, and C4 will hold that backstab side. She'll probably put a camera up pretty soon. Jiro just waiting for backup. Mochi coming through on door. They're going to want to break that door, and now the slow up coming through, so that's going to help her out. On Heaven, Catharsis comes around the corner, drops one C4 with a double. Jiro trying her best to spray down on long. Will pick up 1. So there is still hope. Last one standing is Moxilla. How does she play this? Great cage to block the vision. But instead of going for the full defuse, goes for the fake, and now they're losing time. There is very, very little margin of error, but luckily for them, they got half the defuse down before they went to go and hunt. And that could have gone very, very wrong if Moxilla was a bit more aggressive. 12-11, and they have a better money situation now, so they can contest and bring it to sudden death. So there is yet still hope for a Magnifique in this game.
What a close game. We're down to the last 1 or 2 single rounds. Could decide who makes it through to the first ever finals. Here we are.
Oh no. Oh no, no. She can't die.
Tell us more.
If Jane dies, Magnifique take this round. So Mochi will drop Jux. Dalel onto Mochi. Jane coming on the corner. FG takes out Jane. And there goes the res. See you later. Bye-bye. C4 and Moxilla, last 2 standing. They do have full utility at the moment. C4 rotating around the corner now. FG has Orbital Strike. They also have Empress. They also have Cypher ult, but they do not have the Phoenix ult as she has been taken down early on in the round. 49 seconds left on the clock. Camera down on mid. That's going to give them all the information they need. C4 onto Sync. FG onto Moxilla. That's going to be a triple now. And last one standing is none other than C4. Has a Phantom, 72 health, no shields. Gonna go up head-to-head against someone who has a triple. Spy Cam gonna drop him, and as we predicted, goes to a Magnifique, and they will force it to sudden death.
Ooh. I mean, we were expecting close games, but this is as close as it gets. Both Game 1 and Game 2 going to 25 rounds. Also, I don't think you viewers can see it here, but Phil is so visibly tilted whenever the round starts and he sees Jane pushing on the mini-map.
I'm not tilted, it's just I'm very disappointed at these stages when you're coming down to a pressure situation and you have res, which is basically a get-out-of-jail-free card for any of your teammates. And what we've seen yesterday is a lot of the Sages, when they have res, for some reason have decided to go super aggro at that exact moment when they needed to keep it.
Yeah, she's gonna be kicking herself right here if they do eventually lose this round, because as of the reset you don't have your ultimates any longer. So if she hadn't pushed up a hit, she could have potentially tried to make something happen. With that, we are into our sudden death round. Brimstone sneakily hitting round through heaven, does lay the smokes down, push coming through over at a tree. Molly being laid down as long as the combat stim as well, but only 2 members on the side of M8HEXA still alive. Can they try and defend this? Catharsis trying to shoot down the armor wall. Spike planted as well. 3v1. Can M8HEXA make this happen? This is the last hope for her team if they want to make it to that game 3 and tonight's finals. And whew, attackers going to pick that one up. GG to Magnifique. They're going to take the sudden death round, take that game 2 win, which means they're 2-0